The outcry doesn't mean your identity. You don't have to be like, oh, I woke up extra black today because this and that. I'm dead. No, that's really how it is, yo.
Booga booga.
Oh man. Did y'all listen to Baby Keem's album? Did y'all listen to that?
Who? Cyclops.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
It was
yeah.
crazy.
And welcome to another grand episode of Dots and Lines. This is where the Wednesday Warriors meet the hard A's. We're here to talk about everything nerddom. That includes anime, manga, comics, and everything in between. So please introduce yourselves, people, so we can get started.
Hello, it's your boy, me, Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff.
Hello, friend. It is Mr. Sniffles, Digga Des. His name is Desmond.
And I am Grayson Red, a big old nerd who has a lot of things to say about a lot of these topics, but we're going to start with something light and extremely low-paced. Oh my God, guys. It's another episode of One Piece.
Sure. Yay.
One chapter equals one episode. We're here now.
Always.
We've
been here for years.
For years. How'd you guys feel about the episode?
As I said last week, and the week before last,
Yeah.
and the week before that, I'm waiting for the thing to happen.
Yeah, but that can't all be what Elfbath is, you know?
I mean, that's kind of what it amounted to, like, in the manga. Like, that's what it was leading to.
Everything was cool. We saw it at the very, very, very end, like, to be continued scene, like, saw it go, you know, from what Justin was saying with going left. So that was,
Yes.
you know, plot furthering. A lot of you know, character stuff in this. So it was still, you know, the Bonnie Nika thing, or, you know, the aftermath with that and the giant. So, you know, a lot of character stuff. It's One Piece. Like you said, one chapter equals one episode.
Yeah. Awesome. Seasonal and slow as hell. You gotta love it. In all seriousness, we do find out some important information, like Bonnie and Kuma are gonna stay on the island and set up shop with Vegapunk so they can regrow Vegapunk's body, essentially. That's gonna come into play later on. I don't even know when, because that hasn't happened in the manga yet. So cool. The cool thing, though, is finally, we get to see the Holy Knights touch down, and with this very ominous image in the background of the giants and the straw hats having fun. And we're gonna see Shanks with a bust down.
40-inch bust down Shanks.
Now, I will say this: it was kind of misleading for Toei to release the trailer promo of all of the Holy Knights doing stuff, knowing damn well we were literally going to get 5 seconds of screen time of them. But cool. I know it's coming soon. I read the chapters. We're just going to ride the wave until it gets good.
Yeah. I mean, I do like this section a bit, right? And I voiced this earlier when this came up in the manga. Would this be as impactful if all the stuff hadn't happened in Egghead, right? The amount of lore that we're getting, the amount of stuff that we're getting is stuff that we've been like waiting for in terms of One Piece. Because in previous arcs, they gave us no information about like the overarching world until we got to like Fishman Island or even like Marineford. Like that's when we started to get like real stuff that was happening that had impact on the world, not just the current world, but also the previous world, right? Because if you think about like Alabasta, the only thing we got from that was like what the poneglyphs, right? And then you think about something like Thriller Bark. I don't remember what we got from Thriller Bark, or even like Skypiea, for example. Like I know Skypiea was another island, and it was another like layer.
Yeah, these niggas love telling me how Skypiea is so important.
How?
Yeah, I guess Oda made it important at the end, but like, bro, you can really skip Skypiea and be okay. It's great payoff, But genuinely, unironically, you do not have to watch Skypiea. Hot take.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like most arcs in One Piece, well, not most, but a great deal of arcs in One Piece are like, we're figuring out the story, or we're having fun, or we're doing stuff. But with Elbath, we're getting that massive lore drop again after we just got it from Egghead. So it feels like we're very close to the end, even though we're still very far off.
We are years away. Yeah. Remember, guys, it's 5 more years.
And I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I mean, as far as like, you know, getting the media all in like that, where, you know, a lot of it isn't story driven, but more character driven. I don't know. I just, because I haven't seen One Piece to be able to know, but I'm sure like, because the manga is a different medium, and, you know, since it is one per chapter and there's a lot of stretching, it's different, like to keep repeating the loop of these certain places and things. And, you know, you may not want it to think of any circumstance or importance then, but I'm sure they have their like due in telling the story, or at least you getting the enough emotional investment and attachment to the characters.
Not in Skypiea.
I'm just saying, like that mindset of it though is a lot more like widespread in especially stuff like this. That's why like with the fantasy, you know, it's a little bit more because you can actually get in the world a little bit more. But I mean, that's what I mean. One Piece is fantasy, but it's shown too. But like, it's I mean, I'm just saying though,
Yeah, no, I could see that. Like, not so. I've been watching One Piece a long time, and there are certain of sections that were unnecessary. Like, we didn't need it. Yeah. But then there are other sections that are so deeply important to the story and to the world and to Luffy's journey that they're integral to like the overarching thing that is One Piece.
Yes.
But those parts that don't need to be there, they drag. Just like the beginning of this arc was what 4 weeks ago? It was 4 weeks of the Blockland situation.
And we've been recording this podcast for a year. And I said we had this conversation a year ago. Like, niggas ain't feeling Elbath like that. It's just moving real slow. And we get to the anime and niggas are saying niggas ain't feeling Elbath like that. Shit's moving too slow. I mean, the two different audience damn near. Well, not two different audience. A big
just about
circle in that Venn diagram. But
I got a friend who does not read One Piece anymore. He just watches it now,
and that's cool. But I'm just saying, there's like, you get it in two different adaptations, and we're saying the same thing for a reason. Like, Oda, I get it; he'll get to it when he gets to it. But I don't like this elongated bullshit where like nothing happens and he's having just a fun old jaunt. I'm not here for it. I never have been. I never will be.
I don't think that at this stage in the story, because if we're 75% done, why are we still doing filler-esque content? Not to say it's filler, it's not filler, but it's filler adjacent.
It just
filler
moves
is
too
here,
slow.
right here. Yeah,
it's meandering a little bit, but whatever. We know the next couple episodes are going to get good. So, like I said at the very beginning of the season, we're here for the ride.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like what they cut off in the One Piece, like the Netflix adaptation. These however many episodes it is for for the chapter. I want to see what they cut.
God, I hope they cut like 90% of it. Just get
it's gonna be funny. Like me receiving it, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't have the original base.
You're gonna be like, this is so good. This is so great. Why is everybody complaining about the pacing in One Piece? This is phenomenal. Because One Piece with good pacing is up there with like a Naruto.
Goated anime.
Easy.
Right.
But let's talk about an anime with some great pacing and some psychopaths with pointy hats. Not talking about the ones that wear the white ones and hoods.
Still anime of the year, in my opinion. I stand on that. I love it. Also, when you think about,
we're talking about Witch Hat, by the way, guys.
We're talking about Witch Hat. So when you think about the concept of like he's just colorblind.
I caught
they could fix that.
It's just, I mean. But I caught the depth perception thing.
You said you caught the what?
I caught like the depth perception thing of how he's able to like, still be a magician. Yeah, a witch.
Yeah. So he still can do it. They just said fuck him.
Yeah, for real. They don't want to accommodate him. I will say this: I didn't think that you could use separate colors to layer your magic more creatively. That's a wrinkle in the power system that they kind of just glossed over.
Yeah, so, I don't think it's colors.
That's the point of the dye.
Yeah, I think it's like things. So like how you can make like I don't know, like you can add like rosemary to something to make it brighter or make it stronger. I think it's like herbs and shit like that. That's ground into like a dust.
This man's a genius.
Huh?
This man is a genius.
Yeah, but also, and it goes to show like a world that does not reward genius strictly for the virtue of it, right? You have to appeal to the world within its standards in order to be labeled a genius. Because his reverse engineering of the spell is crazy.
And Coco.
But like that's not rewarded in this world simply because he's colorblind, and that's it. He can still see fine. He's just colorblind.
That's a really hold on. I mean, you can still see fine, but like on a Cyclops, like Daredevil type of way. Like it's instead of all red, it's all.
Hold on. But is Cyclops not one of the most prodigious tacticians in Marvel?
Yeah.
And one of the most prodigious fighters, but everything he sees is ruby.
Yeah.
Why?
Sure.
Why? Because Charles put the battery in his back and was like, you know what, you can do this.
Because that's what I was saying before, like with the depth perception thing too. Because Charles, Cyclops' whole thing is geometry or what is it?
He has an uncanny ability to understand his space and geometry.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with Tartah.
Yeah, but you're not born with that. He had to learn that.
There's some dispute about that. From what I understand, Cyclops is Tartah. That might be the name of the episode.
Cyclops is Tartah.
I was asking which one, like Cyclops or Tartah, that you were.
Here's the thing. Apparently, that's part of his mutant power. I've read in multiple official guides, which the Cyclops, that's part of mutant power. He just has a weird understanding of geometry.
I thought it was part of the disability of all red, all blast.
Yeah, but like, why take that from that's a whole different conversation.
By the way, I could be 100% wrong because, in the official guidebooks, there was one, and I think in like 1985, that said he was solar powered, which is like, no. So I don't know. It depends on what the canon is like officially now. But from what I understand, whether it's a part of his mutant ability or he's just learned it through the years, he does have a crazy understanding of his body and things in geometric space.
Yeah. Shout out to the punch dimension. But I think what this episode did well, it also showed that like Coco being like effectively still pushing Quifrey. I was about to call him Gojo for a second, pushing Quifrey to like do other stuff. He was like, yo, go out and help those people. I'll be fine. When in actuality, she's terrified. Yeah. And even like, and the only bone I have to pick with this episode is, you mean to tell me that the fairy guardman doesn't recognize Tartah, who lives on that island with all the witches and shit, who has been living there his entire life? You mean to tell me this one day without his
got the hat? No,
doesn't recognize. He's like, oh, you don't got the hat? I don't know who you are, dog.
I'm gonna be real with you though. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. That actually makes sense when you don't look as them as people, but as tools. You know what I'm saying? They even like kind of expressed that during when Quifrey was leaving. Like, dude was just pulling at Quifrey like, you're witches, you help. That's what you do. Like, I'm also a person with limitations. Like, I'm still a human. I just have certain skills. I remember, listen, I was working in a kitchen, right? This is when I had dreads, and I always had to put them back in a hairnet, and had like, my uniform on, like a chef uniform, basically. And there was like a special 70s day. So we were allowed to let our hair down. I didn't have to handle food, so I actually like let my dreads down, and I wore like psychedelic glasses, and niggas literally didn't recognize me. Like, people that I served every day, people who I spoke to about their mothers, like they were in my face talking to me, and they were like, Justin, is that you? Like, I'm like, yeah. People see what they want to know you at.
That's fair.
So if you present yourself as something besides a tool, it is hard to reconfigure a person's brain beyond that.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
He also was like, "Oh my bad, go ahead."
Nah, you good.
I was thinking like little Tartah was also like, "Yo, man, Quifrey, he's
This nigga shiesty.
Yo,
But
he was like, I felt the
yeah.
chill in the air.
But got gaslit into thinking, oh, it was nothing. That shit. He finally asked the question. He was like, "We're gonna have to put this off, young man."
Quifrey was about to take his life. He was 2 seconds from being like, "Yo, I'll up the water dragon again. Don't make me do it, but I'll do it." That was whole town.
That was alarming. That was alarming how quickly he switched from a sociopath to pretending to really give a shit about this little boy's magic.
Yeah. To be honest, ever since you put it in the frame of like Star Wars for me, it's not though, because that's exactly what the Jedi Order would do to protected secrets.
Yeah, fair enough.
They would just off somebody. Like it wasn't like a secret that they were like bad people. Like they would do it, and in the pursuit of like what they deem as like greater peace, which Quifrey is trying to do. He's trying to stop the Brimhats who have wronged him in some way personally. But he's trying to stop them for the overarching thing of like magic, and he's using Coco as a vessel to do that. Like, Quifrey doesn't care about Coco.
I think he cares about Coco.
We got the it's half and half, probably like 50.
No, I think he cares. He cares about Coco in the sense of you are means to an end, and he probably cares about her as a person, as a child. But the minute if she wasn't valuable to him in his quest to find them, he would have wiped her memory. With zero hesitation.
Would have wiped in the memory. That's
standard.
Speaking of Brimhats, though, like we got to see the end of it with the physical embodiment of forbidden magic, I guess, something like that.
Yes,
that boy is a cape.
That nigga is a cape. He is a cape in the wind.
Cape in the hat.
What?
But again, deep cut for Star Wars. Darth Nihilus is a Sith who is just a mask and a cloak.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
The Japanese do love Star Wars, by the way, so it's not really impossible. But yeah,
My Hero. Shout out to My Hero. Shout out to
So I'm not caught up with Witch Hat whatsoever. I'm under the impression that he just turned his body invisible, but it's possible that his body is incorporeal. Because he's just done so much weird shit to it in the pursuit of forbidden magic, just like gross.
He probably inversing himself.
Yeah, I'm going like Shao Tucker, like human experimentation type shit. Like he's done something to himself at some point, because like in this world, you could literally just carve sigils into yourself, and if you want to be invisible, you can just do that.
You can tattoo yourself, and you got it. That's a fact. You put a tattoo on yourself, you got it. It is what it is.
That's true. Oh my god.
Yeah. Witch Hat is great.
W.
Yeah.
W. Witch Hat.
W. So the other thing I want to talk about is another W show, right? It's called Vox Machina, The Legend of Vox Machina, right? If anybody who's listening or watching has ever wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and you want to know what Dungeons and Dragons is like, watch Vox Machina. It is a literal Dungeons and Dragons campaign by this group called Critical Role, who is arguably like one of the most famous campaigns that exist, right? Pretty much Vox Machina follows a rogue, a hunter, an artificer, a barbarian, and a paladin, and a bard on an adventure through the land of I forget the name of the land that they're in, but pretty much it's a literal Dungeons and Dragons campaign put to animation, which is like as a fan of Dungeons and Dragons 5e specifically, that's all I can ask for is to see that happen in a way that is not only animated but also like animated well, because it's top tier animation, better than Invincible, I might say.
That's such a high bar. Whoa,
getting shaky over here. But no, but like
in the table.
And then like the story is so rich and it's so deep. And this was I forget which campaign this was of theirs, but it was one of their most viewed campaigns because obviously it got turned into an animated TV show. But it's It's good content. And again, if you ever wanted to play D&D, but you're like, oh, nah, that's nerd shit, watch this show. This is a campaign verbatim. Like when I was playing D&D heavy, this is exactly the stuff that we would try to do. We had a bard who would try and stick his dick in everything. That's what happens. That's just what bards do. But verbatim, 10 out of 10, recommend it.
Man, shout out to Critical Role for pulling this off. I remember when the show first came out and people were hating online, and they found their way and found a niche, and they're on season 4. I salute them. them.
I would say Amazon is very good about taking like content that you wouldn't exactly expect to be profitable, like Invincible, for example, or even like Vox Machina, or even like a Hell of a Boss or Has Been Hotel, things that are very, very niche and have very niche audiences, large audiences in their own right, but very niche, right? Because unless you follow D&D, you don't know nothing about Critical Role. Unless you follow Has Been Hotel, you don't know nothing about Hell of a Boss. But those audiences and those people who like that type of content, they love that type of content. And it's a thing that like keeps that kind of keeps that going. But Prime is very good about finding those very niche things and then putting them out to a wider audience.
No, W.
They've had a track record for a while. I mean, I know USAA is one that released Mr. Robot, but Prime is where you would be able to stream, the beginning of the first 3 seasons or whatever, maybe of it. So they've been on the niche like for a while now.
Yeah, it's just like really weird content. It's kind of like Adult Swim.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, is like Adult Swim, but like streaming.
Okay. Yeah, man. One day I might watch Vox Machina. I'm sure I'd like it. I have no doubt.
I'm 100% sure you would like Vox Machina.
Yeah.
Don't watch it with your kids though. It's not one of those.
I never thought. They swear in the first trailer I ever saw.
It's real graphic. It's real violent. It's real bloody.
Yeah, no, not with my 2 kids. Speaking of graphic and bloody and really good, I want to talk about Radiant Black issue 42.
Here we are.
Here we are. I love this series. I love the Massiverse. I love fucking Kyle Higgins. I got to give you a quick synopsis because we don't review this book much. From the beginning, I'll make this short. I'm looking at the timer as we speak. Listen, Radiant Black is about Marshall. Marshall got his powers in Radiant Black, which is basically a human black hole, from his friend Nathan. Nathan was the original main character. He almost got killed, and it popped about his body like the radiant power and said, I need someone to pick me up. And Marshall said, I'm about to kill this nigga who tried to kill my nigga. Becomes Radiant Black, goes on a revenge mission. Whole bunch of things ensue. He finds things out about himself. We get to something called the Cataclysm War. The Cataclysm War is when the powers of both him and his friend Nathan, because he lives, get split up. And because of that, it made 2 different universes happen at the same time. And they did this in the books. This story is very creative. They had like 29.5 and blah, blah, blah. They had 2 different universes going on at the same time for the whole event. And in the end, we got to choose, like us, the people, like niggas actually reading the book, we got to choose who gets to keep the Radiant. I was Team Marshall. Marshall got the Radiant powers back. Great. The problem with the Cataclysm War is everyone remembered that shit happened. So they saw like a whole bunch of people from a different universe, but like not the same universe. And some of them came over. It's basically an allegory for like people being really mad at immigration, like unironically. And that radicalizing a whole bunch of people into thinking that it's government conspiracies and the Antichrist is the reason why all this is happening. Which brings us to here. The government took the opportunity. Well, not the government. The government. Listen, billionaire oligarchs took the opportunity of a whole bunch of scared people and made their own version of Radiant Black. This is Horizon on the cover. Horizon is an okay guy, but he's fucking unstable. Okay? The government basically made his powers kind of sort of mirror Radiant Black's, but the more he uses them, the more fucked up he gets. We are at a parade where they're going to unveil Horizon and everyone's going to be awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Mind you, since Marshall has had the Radiant Black powers to himself, because Nathan is out of the picture, he was gone in LA. That nigga is gone. He is writing. He is a writer for companies and blah, 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 blah. This nigga is not in the book. It is all Marshall all the time. So he's figuring out how to be a hero. And that's when everything turns up to 11. Marshall has to stop Horizon from going crazy because he's about to kill basically everyone in the parade. Now, before that happens, he gets a little bit of help from a couple characters who are interesting, don't need to get into them. And everything looks like things are finally turning up. Like, he stops Horizon, who has a great design, but is clearly off his fucking rocker. He gets people to safety. A fight ensues, and it's kind of paint by the numbers until he's about to leave. This scene is where things go left. He's tired from the fight with Horizon. He's trying to get home, and he wanted to fly to show everyone, like, there's someone still looking out for you guys. Like I said, he's finally come to his own as a hero. And that's when these psychopaths who have been totally indoctrinated by the billionaire oligarchs call him the Antichrist, jump him in an alley, and use robot tech that they stole from the Cataclysm War to beat him to death. Mind you, he was just fighting with Horizon, so he's not in his right mind right now. He almost died like 5 minutes ago, and he's tired. So he's getting the dog shit beaten out of him, and there is really no escape. The people that would have helped him already left, and he's so tired he really can't go God mode and save himself. That's when we get the final page reveal, okay? Spoilers, 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 okay? I'm not going to be the nigga who spoiled it for you. Everyone's been talking about it. Don't get mad at me. This is the last page reveal of Radiant Black 42. Nathan's back. Nathan's back, and he has superpowers. How the fuck did that happen? Because the last time that happened, the world almost exploded.
Oh, no.
And that's the end of the issue. They're saying we're going to find out next month. I'm excited to find out. I fucking love this book. He grew a beard. He seems more happy with himself. He was in LA, but not in LA because the nigga's clearly here and saved him. I want to know what happened. I'm going to take this down.
So we're leaving Chicago?
I don't think so. They're in Chicago right now. Nathan traveled from LA to Chicago. So, and I doubt he took his super suit on the plane. Well, I don't know how he got there. I would like to see it. I don't know, man. The Massiverse has been delivering for me so much. Rogue Sun, I'm catching up with. It's one of my favorite books on the stands. This issue does change everything because the whole point of Radiant Black since the Cataclysm War has been Marshall like growing up. It's really a millennial story, you know. Like he was a loser. He was a loser who really didn't have his shit figured out. A tragedy happened to him, and he had to man up and then grow through that. Mind you, he's broke as hell. He really has no clear career path. Nigga has like a minimal amount of friends, good friends, but a minimal amount. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the one girl he like actually was into got stolen by the billionaire oligarchs.
So no bitches as well.
Bitchless. He was actually he was about to plan a jailbreak, and then he got called the Antichrist and beaten to death in an alleyway. Great book.
Antichrist is
try to
crazy.
free her too, you know. You gotta free the homie, at least attempt to.
You got to. I don't know what this means though, so I'm excited to see what's supposed to happen. I did not see this coming. Kyle Higgins was showing people like the last page reveal, and they were like, I didn't have a clue or even think this was a possibility.
Yeah. I've been seeing this on social media for like the last like month or so, and I was like, I don't read Radiant Black, but like, I need to know what happens. I need to know how we're here.
It's so good, bro.
I do want to get the audiobook and start getting into the world there. So when you're reading it, like when you say like there's a reality A and blah 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 blah, like you're getting that within the different of the stories. Like it's all in the same book though, right?
I mean, so it is technically the same book, but it is two versions of the same book. Like it was literally 29, then 29.5. Like there were two separate issues. And by the way, they did that as a surprise. Like I went to the comic book store that day to get, I think it started issue 26 or something, I forget. And then I see it 26.5. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I bought it just because like I'm a fucking comic book addict and I need to collect everything I'm collecting. And I found out later on online, like, no, the universe is split. Like this is, it's like, you're going to see, you have to read these two stories if you really want to get the whole picture, which I thought was genius. I've never seen that done in comics. A surprise release of that's really cool. I loved it.
Word.
Yeah, that's not a thing. I guess it's like a tie-in almost, but like different because it's the same book, just alternative.
Yeah, it's weird to explain. It was a simultaneous story, but both of them mattered. Like think of it as a tie-in. You could choose either one of them as the tie-in, but like if you really want the whole story, like I suggest you read both of them. I'm sure that was a hard ask for a lot of people because you doubled up on one book. I was in it. I was enthralled. Yeah,
I can't wait to cover more Radiant Black.
Yeah, I'm gonna start covering it from here on out, bro. I keep talking about it on the pod, and I was like, I have to cover it.
Catch up.
Yeah. How many issues is it?
We are at issue 42.
Jesus. Well, I mean, that's about a day's worth of reading. 2 days.
Well, I'm a basic bitch, so I can I can read some of that stuff. I can just get in trance and read all shit all day. But anyway, let's get to another book.
Who's not a basic bitch?
Ooh, hit me with it.
Our friend Mullen and Stardust.
Say hi, girl. Say hi. You want to be in the camera?
Not Stardust.
Yeah, Stardust. Yes, we're talking about Absolute Green Lantern.
God, it's been so long since I read this book. How did we get here? What's happening?
What did I miss? It's fucking wild. That's what you've missed. In all seriousness, in the last issue, issue 14, they all get abducted by Tomar Ray. From the mainline universe, Tomar Ray is one of the Green Lantern's greatest soldiers. He gives a fuck. He's a soldier in this universe, but not for the Green Flame. All right. Tomar Ray was a child when the Black Stars came to the planet and destroyed everything. And he is much like Joe because Joe got her powers by accident. Because in this universe, you have to have a certain understanding of the light spectrum that you're on for you to gain and control the powers of that light. Joe accidentally stole it when she killed Abin Sur. His mom, so Tomar Ray's mom, got the powers of the Red Flame. Yeah, kind of. Tomar Ray's mom got the power of the Red Flame and then gave it to her son just so, he would survive. And with that surviving, he saw the death of everyone on his planet. So he's been on a one-man crusade to kill all the Black Flames since, all the Black Stars. And that's where we get here in Green Lantern, where he abducts everyone on the town that was in the town of Evergreen, right? He's going to use them as a gun. The Green Lantern, the actual construct, right? It is basically a gun. It can fire off things. And in the Green Lantern, it absorbed all the people in Evergreen, right? So he's going to use it as a gun on Mogo. Mogo is the home base of the Black Stars.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy flip.
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's talk about flips.
Is that Sinestro's daughter?
Salak, I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
How are we saying her? She is one of the Black Star's greatest soldiers. She is a fucking psychopath.
That tracks.
In this universe, when you have the Gold Flame, like John Stewart, you can't be touched by the Black Flame. Right? The problem is that shit is totally defensive. So he can't do anything to her either. So she's like, I'm about to fuck all you niggas up. All this power you got, you can't use it. Sorry. So they arrive where all the lanterns are, the Black Stars, that is. and they're about to get thrashed. But we've got Guy Gardner, who has the red flame, which allows him total control, even down to his body.
Thank you, base
And
god.
thank you, base god.
It's the evil red flame.
Evil red flame. Yo, I was thinking of hold on, real quick. Every time they talk about flames and stuff, and they talk about blue flame, yellow flame, green flame, I think about Lil B every time. Oh God.
As you should. That was the whole mixtape series. Yes.
Right. Okay, let's get gross real quick though. He shoots his stomach acid at the face of one of the Black Lanterns. One of the Black Stars.
There's so many other things he could have done.
Well, he did what he needed to do. He got him the fuck out of here. By the way, that's how Jordan in the background, he was taken over by basically the Black Flame. He got released and he has a weird in between. He is the Spectrum of Light. More to be found out about that. One of the coolest parts about this book is the mystery. I don't really know where things are going to go. I don't know where some of these powers arrive from. Al Ewing does a very good job at mixing in theology with his work. A lot of this book has broken down to how we view theology and how everyone assumes, well, mine is the right path, even though they don't have all the answers. And the fact that Joe Mullen is a Tomar, which means she was brought in through other means she doesn't have the constraints in her mind that a person who's been indoctrinated does, which means she can use the power of belief more freely. The problem is, so can Tomar Ray, and that nigga believes in getting his get back. So, like I said before, he trapped everybody real quick in the Green Lantern, and he's got Joe fucked up. Like he's got her locked up. He's about to use her so that way she can basically make the bullets of the Green Lantern, which is the people that you grew up with, fire off into Mogo. So he wants to use her body to basically pull the trigger on the gun, which is the Green Lantern, which will kill everyone in her hometown, which is fucking terrible. But this is where the theology comes in. This is where ideology comes in. The Black Stars have been terrorizing and been killing billions, if not trillions of people for God knows how long. Their home base is Mogo. If they destroy Mogo, that means trillions of people could be saved, but at the cost of like 2,000. Now, me personally, maybe I'm a piece of shit. 2,000 niggas ain't that much. I don't know.
I'm not
Justin, are you familiar with the trolley problem?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
same thing.
Brother.
But the problem is, it makes it more difficult for her because she don't even like these niggas she grew up with, but like she probably knows all of them like personally. It's a town of 2,000 people. It's basically a big high school. Killing all of them would be crazy. So he's doing this fucked up thing with her mind. He's making constructs in her literal brain and making her like bleed out of her nose and her eyes and not be able to control things. It is fucked up. He's using the powers in real fucked up ways. But Joe has been biding her time this whole time, finding out what and how he's going to do what he's going to do. And because of her lack of indoctrination, she uses her powers in a crazy way. She becomes intangible and breaks through the chains. Cinema.
That's tough.
Cinema. She breaks through the chains. Yeah, shout out to her. She breaks through the chains of the ideology she's supposed to be in and uses her ability to put him in a bird cage. You get it? Because it's a bird. Yeah. She really doesn't have an answer properly for like what to do about Mogo because he's coming to destroy Earth. Like he's going to kill Earth bare minimum. And once him and all the Black Stars get through with that, they're gonna kill the whole bitch. Once that's done, they're gonna move on and destroy more and more and more because the Black Stars just believe in like no one really having free will and getting everyone the fuck on out of here. But this is where
that's the flip on Will. That's the green.
This is where things get nasty though. Black Star, like the Black Star Mogo does pull up. It's not a pretend, oh my God, are they going to come? No, he's here.
No,
Like,
pull up.
And I think you're going to like this, Phil, as a big Green Lantern fan.
Mm-hmm.
Black Star pulls up and he says, I am here representing the leader of the Black Stars, which is 3 words: sin, the absence; S, the essence of each sentient being; and Tro, to attain freedom.
Of course, it's fucking Sinestro. Of course it's Sinestro, because who else would it be? Who else would it be other than Sinestro?
Sinestro, which means no one escapes. And he's in a gold Manhunter suit.
Mm.
That's hard.
Bro.
That's hard.
The enemies of the Green Lanterns. He's wearing the gold suit. Oh my God.
God, the poetry of this book is almost Shakespearean, I must say.
Al Ewing is cooking. Oh my God.
Cooking ain't the word. This is grease fire. This is this is crazy.
Yeah.
I've liked this book since the very beginning. And people had a problem with the first arc, which I thought was great. But then like the little drips of a little bit like, oh, he's doing this. Remember when we reviewed issue like 13 and you point out to me it's a Manhunter in the back? I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. A Manhunter? And he's wearing a Manhunter suit, issue 14, coming to Earth. Oh my God, bro.
Cinema.
I'm so in this. Like
15,
bro. It's 15. I am very much so excited for what the hell they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I know that I want it.
Yeah, no, this is peak cinema, right? I'm about to catch up on this because that's crazy.
I know that Martian Manhunter only has 1 more issue, but even out of all of them, people were trying to say that this is like the Green Lantern is the weakest one. I hate niggas. Like, well, why can't they just all be great? And they all are great. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put it at the lowest because your reading comprehension is terrible, go ahead.
That's the thing. I don't think there's anyone that is the lowest of the thing because they're all doing amazing, and they're all flipping their own mythology on themselves. Because even like Absolute Flash, which I personally think is the weakest one, but it's still not the weakest one. They're all great. They're all phenomenal.
Great. They're all great. It's I have so much love for this Absolute line. I can't believe I'm still so excited. And it's been over a year. Like, it's a shame that I'm so jaded. Like, I expect the big bang and then things to flutter out. But man,
that Sinestro flip is crazy.
That Sinestro flip is so crazy, bro. Like,
bananas. Like, what? He's wearing a Manhunter suit? What?
Come on, bro.
And mind you, for the, I guess, uninitiated, the ones who don't follow Green Lantern or who haven't been following Green Lantern for X number of years, Sinestro was the greatest Green Lantern under Abin Sur until Hal Jordan got there.
Yeah.
And the fact that Hal Jordan has been practically sidelined for an alternative Green Lantern from the Far Sector, who is now mainline in the Absolute Universe, is like just like what?
This book is too good, bro.
What are you talking about?
Al Ewing is such a when he writes. I'm gonna say this about him. This is gonna dovetail into our next topic. When Al Ewing writes a black woman, expect it to be some of the best shit you've read all year. I don't know what it is. I don't know what his wife looks like. I don't know who he's dated, but that nigga be tapped in. I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
Tapped in. Like the early 2000s Bendis.
What an era. What an era. This absolute era kind of mirrors that. We'll talk about it another day, though.
Yeah.
Talk about that another day. All right. Speaking of black women, we have to have a serious discussion about some shit that happened. At Dotted Lines, I would like to say that we stay on the positive here, right? But this is a topic that is getting so big that I think it would be a disservice to ignore it. Publications are getting bigger and bigger speaking about it, and more creatives are having conversation about it. And I have something to say about it, as well as I'm sure you guys do too. We have to talk about this DC So White and DC Blackout Boycott. All right. Cliff notes, because Des, I don't know if you know about all this. It has been 1,207 days since the DC Comics universe, mainline universe, has had a Black solo title. Black solo ongoing title. That means no minis where it's only like 6 to 12 issues. That means not the leader of a team book. All right. And I will say, objectively, that's kind of fucking weird. It's like
you're talking about Titans and Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, that shit does not count. All right, that does not count because they want not they. I think it's fair to say we all want a Black ongoing character in mainline, right? Give
Even
niggas a
Green
shot.
Lantern, yeah, absolutely. Green Lantern's doing well enough if you because it's basically mainline in the.
You gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. That is going. Listen, we're gonna get to that. I am not shutting down your voice. We will get to that.
Didn't Jon Stewart have his own series?
It was a limited series that we will get to. Let me get to that too. But I just want to make sure that I'm representing them correctly, right? They want a mainline ongoing series, which is not a team book for a Black character. And I'm with that. It has been so long that, some drummings up of this was about 2 months ago of DC So White, which is an initiative by content creators like Blurb Without Fear and JP. I don't want to mess up your name. Coming online and talking about it with multiple other creators. And after the 1200th day, which is 7 days ago at the time of recording, they said, all right, we're not going to give you any business until you follow these requests. I'm reading off their site right now. They want more disclosure for their sales because an excuse that they've given us is, well, you say that we're not selling enough as Black characters, and that's why we cancel or don't greenlight books, but we don't know the sales, which is valid. Since Lunar has taken over, and we're getting the weeds with comic book stuff here. Long story short, we don't know the actual sales of books, so we don't know what did work, what didn't work. We don't know what we should or shouldn't support. Cool. Or what people did support. There's a lack of promotion as far as like Black characters go in DC Connect and solicits and stuff like that, which is fair. But I would also say DC doesn't promote like almost anything unless it's absolute because it just sold like gangbusters. And they want to have better, digital sales. As far as digital representation, like DC just doesn't count it. DC and Marvel just doesn't count it. It doesn't really even make a difference in their equation. 1 million people could order something online digitally, and they're like, okay, it's physical or bust, which I think is outdated.
Yeah. I mean, the people who are... Sorry, did you have another...
Trade paperbacks, collected editions. DC has a repeated pattern of canceling Black ongoings or minis with potential for more, like 2025's Black Lightning. Before they can get a trade, they want the books to go longer so they get a trade paperback, and that's where you get people rolling in. I think that's a little reaching a little bit, but that's a fair idea. And of course, Milestone's involvement cannot be understated. They want Milestone, and to have another round of Milestone books would be good to simplify that. Go ahead.
I think my thing is when it comes to stuff like this, the bottom line that matters to the people who have the money and who write the checks for these things to happen outside of the creative, they have to see it make money. They have to see support for it. They have to see a wanting of the thing to happen. So like with the Dakota incident, when they did the reprinting, that now flags in somebody else's inbox who's like, oh, this thing makes money. Let's put money behind it.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like a large part of this is just like they don't want to see Black characters because they don't feel like Black characters will sell. And even outside of that, even if they do sell, the influx of the incels and like the white people and the far right or whatever, who will instantly label the book as woke, and then who won't buy it or who won't support it or who will complain about it to such a degree that it will get canceled. And then there's a third subsect of people who want the books, but who don't know anything about these characters at all. Everybody keeps screaming milestone, milestone, milestone. Name me 3 milestone characters. If you can't name 3 milestone characters, then shut the fuck up. You don't really know what you're talking about. You want a thing because you think it equals representation, but there are DC characters already who can give you the representation, like Vixen. Does anybody know how Vixen's powers work? Do they know her origin? Do they know where she comes from? Do they know anything about her? No. Cyborg, for example. Do we know where he comes from outside of the Justice League? Do we know where? Because they tried to put Cyborg in the Justice League. They tried it, and people hated it.
Yeah.
They tried to make Duke of Robin, and people hated it. So you can't scream representation, 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 but when these things happen, you don't support it already because it's already happened to varying degrees. When Jon Stewart became the main Green Lantern for a long period of time, when they pushed Hal Jordan to the back burner, people hated that shit. They stopped reading, they stopped supporting the books because Jon Stewart was on the cover. So it's like you have these instances where these things have happened in the past, and the people that should be supporting it, who scream this thing doesn't happen, don't support it.
Now, dig it. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, for the first part of it, about the boycott, and I'm glad Phil you touched on it too. Like, you have to show up, but with comics, especially with comics, like this is a pre-order, driven, niche pocket of
Hold
You
on.
got to
this
pre-order.
This nigga Desmond says pre-order a book.
Whoa! That's how. I mean, that's the importance of it. Like, all right, so Wednesday Pool, right? He talks about it on TikTok too. Like, that's how the comics. That's how you actually talk with your dollar. And I get the whole point of the boycott and everything. And then this is the second part of it too. Like, I don't want the just Black storytelling just to get another Black story and have it like be. I don't want that to be the center around for it, because long as the story isn't I guess that's a completely different point. But pre-order is important. So if you like want, especially with the milestone people, that's how you would show up and like actually use your dollar. But on the other end of it, the boycotting, I mean, I kind of see, but
before you say anything else, I said this before we started. The boycott's over. The boycott's already over. So it started 6 days ago and it ended. Just want to reiterate that the boycott is over. So it started and ended within a week.
What was the point of it? They made a little bit of noise, but the noise don't matter to the people who have the money. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
Now, before I go off, Dig, do you have something else to say? Because I had to cut you off.
Nah, I just wanted to speak on how you would really show, the support for that. And then, as you were saying, people don't know these characters, and there's people, content creators who look like us on this platform that do like very much that. And, I'm sure they'll go out there and get in the comic books new every day. There's people who look like us who supported this, for who now just not getting into it, who've supported it for a while. And, the outcry doesn't mean your identity. You don't have to be like, oh, I woke up extra Black today because this and that. I'm dead ass. Though. That's really how it is, yo.
That's hilarious.
Hey, yo. Oh, man. All right, listen. I want to get to, you made some points earlier on that I don't want to ignore. Bro, as far as the Green Lantern series went, which I was subscribed to and was canceled, Philip Kennedy Johnson apparently had another book that he had to do. He was like, I got to choose this or that. That's what he said. By the way, I met him in person at a con, and he said that Jon Stewart is like his favorite superhero. You can tell by the way he wrote him, because he wrote the fuck out of that series. It was great. My problem is the book was doing well enough for you to keep going because you had it planned to 15. They stopped at 12. Why didn't you get anyone else to pick it up? You get a lot of other niggas to pick up some stuff that someone else dropped off. Cool. I don't know the business behind DC. Whatever.
Because they killed it.
2, Digga. Absolute Green Lantern, a book that I very much so enjoy, has a black woman in the front, which I just gushed about, you know? And from everything I'm understanding, it's selling well. I think it's selling better than all the other mainline Green Lantern books. All right. Which is saying something. I have an issue with you not counting limited series and non-mainline series as black representation. And I've done my research. Like, I get his points. Like, having an ongoing series of a black person will ensure that either a little black boy a black person will see themselves on the stand and see that they're important, which it matters. Art matters. Art affects people's perception of the world. But if I'm getting a non-mainline series that's doing the same thing, I personally don't care. Yeah. If my son can get that, my son or daughter can get that same representation, I don't think they're really going to care that it's not in the DC universe proper. So I never liked that
because they don't know the difference.
They don't
know the book. Yeah, picking up the book, they have no idea that this has nothing to do with the other stuff.
Also, real quick, not to cut you off, but like in terms of the cartoons, who got a solo series? Batman got a solo series.
Yes.
Superman got a solo series.
Yeah.
And Static Shock got a solo series. And I'm just talking strictly DC.
Yeah, like the cartoons, yeah.
Yeah, those are the 3 that I remember from my childhood that had a solo series that wasn't a team situation. So for you to say, or for people to say like, oh, you know, this thing doesn't happen. Like, it does happen in smaller pockets. It does happen.
I just feel like the extra caveats, like you're saying you want a black hero, okay, but it has to be mainline, okay, not the head of a team book, okay, not a limited series. My nigga, that's most of the market. You're talking about most of the market here. Cool, whatever. Also, you know, I personally, this is me. I love these characters. I'm a comic book freak. I have way too many long boxes. I've probably thrown away more comic books than people have bought. Okay? But I like black people in real life more than characters. And I am not going to ignore the black artists and writers in order to stick it to DC. Can I tell you guys something real quick? I'm gonna pull up this picture.
Yeah, that's the part about the boycott, like the where you choosing, because like the counter is really like made up, because like it's like you said with the caveats, like it had to be that in this, and even, you know, they could improve in that area for sure. Even Marvel, he was saying, you know, Black Panther was only going on in the Ultimates. I don't even think there's a mainline, you know, regular Marvel Black Panther out right now. So, you know, I mean, luckily Marvel saw, you know, like, okay, cool, roll the dice to Miles, and you know, and you know, the reception for that has been, you know, DC doesn't have that as of right now, that to that level. So
no, it does.
Yeah, and but also Absolute Catwoman is coming out.
Absolute Catwoman is coming out, and
Absolute Green Lantern is already there. So what are they talking? Like, I get like the whole mainline thing, but personally, no one cares about mainline right now. The only thing anybody is talking about is Absolute.
It's a fact.
And to have 2 separate characters in Absolute Universe who are both black women, both getting so damn near solo series, and for you not to include that in your thing sounds like you wanted to make a fuss about a thing that you don't really know anything about or don't really care about. You want to make a fuss for whatever reason. And again, name me 3 milestone characters. If you can do that, they cool.
I want to get to the milestone point in a second, because that shit does matter. That does matter.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I appreciate these artists more. Stephanie Williams, who is about to write, she's about to write Wonder Woman for 2 issues, is also going to have a black artist, Tim Henry, if I remember correctly. That's a big deal. That's never happened in the 82 years. Like, that's a fucking huge deal. and you want me to choose right now to not pick that up. She posted this after the boycott first went live. All I know is that when this announcement happens for this long-awaited project, I and a few more Black creatives have coming. Pre-orders better be through the fucking roof.
Yeah, and I bet they won't be. And I bet they won't be.
Well,
which is sad.
That's crazy. Nah. It's crazy because I've been there.
That.
We can't bet. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, Phil, you remember when Milestone Returns first came back? Do you know how hype I was?
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I'm not going to name the store. I was in Orlando and I was at a store and I was really hyped for the book or whatever. There's this weird phenomenon when I go to comic book shops. Most of the niggas don't think that I read comics. I get it. I don't fit the profile. And that's fine. It's actually kind of funny. I was looking for X-Men stuff. And I started spitting to the dude about what's going on with House of X, Power of X, how much I love Hickman. And he was like, oh shit, this nigga knows ball. He was like, yo, how do you feel about Milestone? I'm like, oh, I'm super excited for the release. I can't wait for 2 more weeks. This nigga was so excited for me. And the fact that they had so many pre-orders that he let me get the book 2 weeks early. Right? That was how hype everybody was for Static. He knew for a fact that so many people, I don't even know if he may charge me. I forget, but he knew for a fact there were so many people that were going to get this book regardless. I know that he was like, here you go, my nigga. That hype went down so fucking quick. And it is no one's fault but the people who did not pre-order the books. I have all of the books pulled in my long box. I bought the books. I pre-ordered the books. I pulled the books. And that shit went away silently. Static only got a 2nd season, and then that was it. And Milestone is just like floating around, and that's why everyone was so hyped to see a very good, possibly the best issue of DC this year. The Milestone Returns in, the Dakota incident. But y'all niggas need to buy the books. Y'all can't be online talking about how you want this and you want that, and then when they give it to you, you niggas go meh.
You know, it's crazy. And this might be a hot take, right?
Yeah.
I blame the Black Panther movie for why this is happening. Hear me out.
Crazy.
Hear me. No. Hear me out, though, right? When the Black Panther movie came out, it introduced a lot of people to their first iteration of a Black superhero on the big screen, right? Yeah. So it created this buzz about like, oh, Black superheroes, this is what we do, and we'll show out. If you do the thing, we'll pop out. Before that, a lot of people had not. I mean, don't get me wrong, Black Panther is a very popular superhero, clearly, because he's been around since the first inception of Marvel, right? Yeah. But the comic books didn't really pop until that movie. It created a lot of new fans for it who may not have seen it prior, right? So now the movie comes out, a lot of people see it, they're like, yo, this is great, we need more of this in a thing. However, they don't know how the thing works. So they think that if we ask for it, they'll just give us it without knowing the inner workings of the thing and not knowing that Black Panther had to go through all those hurdles and all those loops in order to get made, in order to get put on screen. They didn't give a fuck about representation. They didn't care about putting the first Black superhero on screen. They didn't care about that. They cared about, is this going to make money? And it made money for Marvel. DC operates differently. So for the people who are looking at it at a standpoint of like, if we ask for it, they'll give us it because of this other thing that did really, really well. And we asked for it, so we got it. That's not how it works. So even with like the boycott is like, what are you doing? There's other ways to get these things. Maybe reach out to somebody from Milestone and say, hey, we'll start a Kickstarter. We'll put money behind it. Or like, we'll create fan content for it. Or like, we'll show a general buzz. We'll do things that show DC that this is a thing that we want. But boycotting, all you're doing is, one, hurting their bottom dollar if they care about it. And 2, you're hurting the Black creators who are creating stuff. And then they're going to look at it and say, I'm not putting no money into this. Like, what are y'all doing?
Glad you said that. And shout out to Grayson again with the absolute, Catwoman thing. Like
Shay Grayson, WD.
She is writing that, and she just got into like the comic world herself, and she's talking about like theater and stage. Like that's the field that she was in, but like she said in like an interview with the Sasha, like just the community for comics is, and the fact that Scott saw that and said, you know what, you could speak this story for young Black women and Afro, like all of that into like the actual like who the writers are, like the people who are gonna have like the real forefront of getting more of our people into this subculture. That's what it is. It's a subculture, and not everyone is overtly into this type of stuff. So if you are, then that is how you express it, like with the actual pre-order and actual showing out. That's how you do it in this pocket. It is how it is.
Bro, it's 2026, and this nigga Digga Dez didn't read comic books 2 years ago. Now he's talking about you got a pre-order. What the fuck? Holy shit!
Hey, listen. Our goal is to be
Wednesday Warriors.
To spread the message.
Wednesday Warriors.
We try to
Wednesday Warriors are hard A's. Our job is to spread the gospel as much as we can.
It's facts. I want to say this.
His name.
All praise be his name. Scott Snyder's the one. When I went to MegaCon to get my issue of Dakota Incident signed, I met Morgan Hampton. Morgan Hampton is a comic writer who actually came in through the Milestone Initiative, where they took a whole bunch of submissions from a whole bunch of Black artists or whatever. They flew them out and like basically put them under their ropes, under their wing, and showed them the ropes. And he's the shining example. He came out of it and he got a book and got another book, and he's been killing it. He's writing Green Lantern Corps right now, if I remember correctly. I got to meet this nigga, dap him up while he was wearing a Milestone chain. And you think if he has some hot shit out, I'm not going to support him because of a boycott? Y'all niggas got me fucked up. Look at it, man. Y'all got me fucked
tough.
up. I think he tucked the chain in for the picture too. I wish he didn't. Next time I see him, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, bro, keep that shit out." Y'all got me fucked up. You think I'm not gonna support someone like this?
They're like, that's you without the beanie.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm not bald under here, guys. I'm not bald under here. I got hip. But yeah, man. Y'all can miss me. I'm buying Absolute Catwoman next month and not feeling sorry about it. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to buy more Black people's books. I'm going to buy more Black characters, okay? If it comes up on Twitter, I'm going to mention it more. Focus on the things and support things you want to see. Taking away money from a company usually doesn't make the company go, oh, okay, we're going to do whatever you want. They're going to be like, this is too much, nigga. What are you doing?
The company don't care. All they care about is what make money, not what take money away.
Yeah, bro.
Like what?
Okay.
And it was last week that I specifically talked about pre-ordering the variant covers of the Absolute Catwoman. Like,
there you go. And that's the thing that pisses me off. And this is the last thing I'll say before we get into recommendations. Like, the books are already happening. They're happening in real time. What are you talking about? I guarantee you, none of those people have read Absolute Green Lantern or have pre-ordered Absolute Catwoman. I can guarantee you, none of those people have done that.
Many of them have not. Listen, a lot of these people, a lot of these creators, I respect a lot. Like Ernie, Blurred About Fear, I respect him. Heart's in the right place. Did not execute correctly. Just didn't execute correctly.
No, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Maybe. And here's a crazy thought: get everybody that was like, oh, boycott DC. No, get everybody to pre-order a Black book that's coming out. One of the two that's coming out and currently.
God forbid.
God forbid we look at what's happening. It's crazy. What do I know? Yeah.
All right, y'all. Recommendations.
Cool. So my recommendations are some of my favorite Black DC superheroes: Duke Thomas, Absolute
Go ahead, say it,
Catwoman,
Desmond. Yeah.
Vixen. Shout out to Duke. Vixen. Shout out to Vixen. John Stewart, my favorite Green Lantern.
Talk that talk.
Sinestro a nigga, so we're gonna talk about that later. What else? And then there's one more. Lucius, who's Lucius Fox's son? What's his name?
Well, there's Jace Fox, and then there's
Jace Fox. He had a whole run. People don't remember Future State. No one wants to talk about fucking Future State, or even the Brazilian Wonder Woman that was in Future State. No one wants to talk about that. But he was Batman. He was Batman in Future State. He had a whole run and no one supported it. No one supported it. No one talks about it. But let's not forget, he was Batman for an entire run of a book.
21 issues.
But no one wants to mention that. No one cares about that. But here we are.
Start reading it. You can start reading.
I guess you can look at Darth Coco as black. I mean,
what are you doing?
Darth Coco.
Which
she do listen. She does have negative tendencies though. You got to be 3 times as good to get half. Twice as good to get half. She twice as good as a god, and she only got half. That's all I'm saying.
I'm torn. This is actually a very good week in comics.
Did you
I
read
can't lie to
Cyclops?
you. No, man, I didn't get to it yet.
And Flojo from the Far Sector. I forgot to mention her.
Yes. Hold on. I gotta say, Absolute Green Lantern was really fucking good. Really good.
Right.
So I think I have to tie that up.
We made Oreo.
But this is a book I did not talk about. I didn't expect it to come out this week. Boom. Rook Exodus, issue number 10. That book blew my socks off too. Like, I got very excited reading that book. I will put it a notch under Absolute Green Lantern though, because it took a 3-month delay for the book to come out, and they're not going to release another issue until September.
God damn.
Yeah. Actually,
okay.
Yeah. Listen, I get why a person would be like, I'm just going to wait for the trade. Absolute Green Lantern has been humming. Just the last 4 or 5 issues just have me on my edge of my seat. And this issue just, oh my God, cinema. So go pre-order Absolute Green Lantern. Show people that you do like black women in leads, and things are going to come. I'm telling you niggas right now, I don't know this for a fact, but Stephanie Williams is going to get a Vixen book. When that shit comes out, like she said, pre-orders better be through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and by the way, if you don't like it after like a story arc and you jump off, alhamdulillah.
At least you tried.
Yeah, at least you tried. But you better give her the same opportunity that you've been begging DC to give y'all to read.
Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot one. Fatality, Star Sapphire.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like that.
And by the way, because I'm going to say one more thing and then shut the fuck up. No, I'm going to say 2 things. I can't believe I forgot his name, Hardware. I love that character. He's violent and angry for a good reason. He's an angry black man that needs to be angry. Great book. I wish I got more of it, but whatever. And my wife wanted to, it's just funny. My wife wanted to suggest Mortal Kombat 2 because she really enjoyed it. I know. She enjoyed Mortal Kombat. She said, we have to go watch Mortal Kombat 2 together. I was like, okay. And
it's a fun movie. It's fun.
She really liked it.
Phil
does not like the movie whatsoever.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said there are things that I didn't like about it.
I gotta watch it. I'm ready.
I have strong opinions, but that's a whole thing. We can talk about it live.
I'm a fan of the games. Shout out to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Autumn wanted to say that it was funny when it needed to be funny. There was more than enough action, and it was better than the first one, so exceeded her expectations. And
leaps and bounds.
And when she first told me that she liked the movie when we watched it during COVID, I was like, "You really?"
Yeah, cold ass character. Why would you just add a random out of all the characters in Mortal Kombat? Why would you add some random Asian from fucking Milwaukee? Like, what are you doing?
Well, spoilers. They explode his head.
Yeah, this shit gets popped like a grape.
Yep. Spoilers.
I laughed.
For all 5 of the Cole fans out there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, all 5 of you. He's not even in any of the. They didn't even add him to the new games. That's how bad.
Nobody liked him.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, I also forgot about Static Shock and Cyborg in terms of my black characters that I'm shouting out.
There you go. Shout out to you. And that was another grand episode of Dots and Lines, people. Please. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed making it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, read a comic book, pre-order them shits like Mr. Sniffle said. And see you later. Goodbye. Yeah, them niggas tripping.